According to my survey, 100% of you think that fat people are bad for society as a whole. I'm going to show you that there are benefits of obesity that largely outweigh the negative elements. Without fat people, I think the American experience would be a lot different. Also, being fat didn't always used to be such a bad thing until recently we started to decide them as outcasts in our society. Fat people are good for the US economy, although 59% of you said that they are. The main reason I'm cool with obesity is because I've known some really cool fat kids. My friend Cartman, we call him Cartman, his real name's Yaroslav Tyagny Ryagno, this Russian kid. In middle school, he had like size 50 waistband. And one time, me and my friend Roman borrowed his clothes, and then we stuffed him with our clothes and like bubble wrap and pillows and stuff. And then my friend Roman pushed me on a shopping cart down this hill and hit a curb, and I was just like flying over fences and hitting stuff. Stuff that would normally kill you, but since I had the fat suit, I was indestructible. Cartman, even though he was really fat, I would always choose him to be on my team when we were street balling because he could just like back it up into the hoop and no one could stop him at all. And then he'd just like pull some kind of move and somehow make it. He was always funny and jolly too. In fact, I always think of fat people as usually being pretty jolly. Santa Claus, bowl full of jelly. They're either like really jolly or they're really pissed off. I know a few people here have fat uncles. Aren't they cool, right? At Thanksgiving, they eat like a mountain of food, and they eat like 5 slices of pie, and then go snore on the couch. Well, if you know someone who could just eat all that food and snore, and they're doing whatever they want, they're pretty much living like kings. All but one of you said that you don't want to be fat. Who was that? One of you did.
Maybe they're absent.
But being fat these days is pretty easy. And aren't fat people always comfortable? Like they're always wearing sweats and flip-flops and stuff. And, sites like livingxl.com make being fat easy. They got this toe scrubber in case you can't reach your toes in the shower. It's like a little wand. Extra wide toilet seats. There's this extra wide bicycle seat. It's all about comfort. Kings and queens were fat back in the day. This is Tsarina Elizabeth the Great. In Peter Stern's book, Fat History, he said that she was a major sex symbol back in the day. She was like the Jessica Alba of the 18th century. Because, if you were like tan and in shape, that means you were a peasant woman working in the fields all day. And so everyone was out for really fat, really white women. Plus there's this rumor I hear, ladies tell me if it's a myth or not, but if you get really fat, or just a little bit fat, and then you work out a lot, you're going to get fat and your boobs and your ass are going to get bigger. And then you lose the weight, and you're going to keep them ass and titties. And that's going to save you a lot of money on breast augmentation or whatever. Speaking of money, fat people are made of it. Although 59% of you said that fat people are bad for the US economy. William W. Weiss, a management professor at Seattle University, says that revenue from obesity industries will likely top $315 billion this year, and perhaps far more. That includes $133.7 billion for fast food restaurants, $124.7 billion for medical treatments related to obesity, and $1.8 billion just for diet books. All told, nearly 3% of the US economy. $244 million of Oreos were sold last year. There's a lot of places that thrive because of obesity. GoliathCaskets.com. Because really fat, really dead people need really large caskets. I can't believe that 56% of you said that I wouldn't be funnier if I was really fat. Because everything is funnier with fat. This kid right here, now imagine if this was just like a regular size backpack. Would that be even half as funny? Not really. Most people like giraffes, they don't usually have a problem with them. But if giraffes look like this, they would be everyone's favorite animal. How happy would you be if you had this dog Black cat. That's my cat, Rufus. It's almost as big as that girl. But if you had this cat, look at this thing. How is it that big?
How does it walk?
It probably doesn't, but if you had people over, it would be the life of the party every single time. Also, I hate Tim Duncan. How many of you hate Tim Duncan? Yeah. But if he was fat, he'd be pretty cool, right? He wouldn't be so bad. There's Serena Williams. What to say about that? Yes, obesity is bad in that it creates a lot of health complications. But I think it needs to be looked at farther than that. There are some benefits that do not need to be overlooked. Fat people are content, just living their life, and they need to stop being ridiculed. I'm talking about a revolution here, Sharona. Especially in Boulder. Someone needs to step up and get fat, because there are no fat people here. All of y'all are in such great shape. I think it's pitiful. Someone just needs to step up. Fat people, they're large and they're going to consume more resources and make it good for the economy. It'll probably take a month before you find a fat person in Boulder, but next time you see one, just say thank you. Okay? Because they took the initiative of being fat in the first place. It's something that you didn't want to do. But according to my survey, every one of you hates fat people. And so I don't think you're going to do that, and that just really pisses me off. So I'm out.